Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for this month's Choose Your Own Adventure crystal reading. I'm Erin Lee, and you can find the rest of my readings on my website, VancouverIslandPsychic.com. Today is Saturday, January the 11th, 2014, and this is the Choose Your Own Adventure crystal reading for the month of January and into the month of February. So the way the Choose Your Own Adventure crystal reading works is you think of a question, and then what I'll do is I'll go through all of the crystal choices and you choose a crystal to represent the answer for the question that you're asking. There is no limit to the number of questions that you can ask, and you can come back and rewatch this video at any point throughout the rest of, for the next 4 or 5 weeks or so. I'm going to be posting the Choose Your Own Crystal Adventure readings the second or the third week in the month, so it's good from that point until the next one is posted. So this month, your crystal choices are amethyst, quartz, lava, moonstone, malachite, citrine, rainbow hematite, oh, this one just completely blanked on me, jet, and copper. So what I'd like to invite you to do is to take a moment, take a deep breath, and let it out. And think about the question or questions that you'd like to ask. And I'll go through the crystal choices again and allow the question that you're asking to choose its answer. So your choices again this month are amethyst, clear quartz, lava, moonstone, malachite, citrine, rainbow hematite, jet, and copper. So I'll just move these guys out of the way and we'll get started. So this month we're going to be using a couple of different oracle card decks. This is Doreen Virtue's Messages from Your Angels oracle card deck. And so what we're going to do is we're going to give all of the decks a shuffle, and we're going to ask the angels and our guides for the messages that we need for the questions that we've asked. All right, so the first card is for amethyst, and the message is, oh, actually, this is Daniel. I am the angel of marriage, and I am assisting you right now. So for anybody who's pulled this card, the big thing that you're dealing with is relationship, either romantic relationship or relationship with somebody else. But this situation has to do with the relationships that are involved with people, and that's really where you need to be looking in order to be unlocking the solution, the answer to what you're asking. One of the things with amethyst is this is a stone that's great for all of the upper chakras, so your third eye and your crown chakra rather. And so part of what that message is coming up with that is that it's really important as you're approaching the relationships within the situation that you're looking at it from higher levels. So going more into the spiritual aspect of what's happening. Now it feels like part of the issue within this situation is that you're wanting to connect with this person on that level, but they aren't open to that. And so it's really, there's a lot of compassion that's being called for within this situation, and to really see beyond what is happening right now. It does feel like there's going to be resolution within this situation, but what I'm getting is that it's probably going to be a 2 to 3 week time lapse before there's anything really solid and concrete that you're seeing. So just have patience and try not to push and force the issue, but to know that the underlying concern within this situation has to do with the relationships that are involved. For the people who chose clear quartz, or for the questions for clear quartz, the message that's coming up is around caution, and the card specifically says caution is warranted. Look deeper into this situation before proceeding further. And so with a message like that, it feels like things aren't completely as they seem. It's really important that you are taking time to look at all of the options, all of the alternatives within this situation, because there's information that is not available to you at this time. It doesn't necessarily feel that this is a bad situation, but certainly as it is right now, things aren't completely clear, aren't completely apparent. And so it's important that you take time. It's not a situation to be rushing into. Also with the clear quartz crystal, this is a crystal that really helps to align the energy of your chakras and the energy of situations, and brings things from kind of a low vibration level up into a higher vibration level. So if you're wanting to bring about more information and to bring clarity to the situation, then work on yourself in terms of raising your own energetic vibration and disconnecting from the situation as it is right now. Because the information isn't there for you to be making decisions or to be moving forward with it, concentrate on other aspects of your life and come back to this. And when I speak about other aspects, it's really important that you're taking time to do the things that are important for you, because it feels like that's part of what's blocking this process. All right, for the questions around lava, the card that comes up here is you have a gift for working with young people and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. And so the message that's coming up for the people who have chosen lava for their question is that, first of all, there's a fair amount of transformation that's happening, but also a feeling of gentleness and nurturing and loving is coming up as well. So whatever is happening within this situation, it's important that you are going in with a sense of nurturing and feeling and compassion, both for yourself and for anybody else who is involved in the situation. It feels like there's a lot that's going to be happening fairly quickly, and so the approach that's really important is a gentle one for you and for everybody else involved, because things are going to be happening quickly. Lava is a stone of transformation, a lot of change, and things happening at a very rapid level. So with that, there are going to be changes that are happening within the situation. It feels like overall they are fairly positive, but that it's really important to be as gentle and nurturing for yourself and for everybody else that's in the situation as well. All right, so our next group of crystals, we had the moonstone, the malachite, and the citrine. And for this set of questions, we're going to use Doreen Virtue's Magical Mermaid and Dolphin Oracle card deck. So for the moonstone questions, treasure chest, an unseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. So the message that's coming up with this, with this stone here is that there's abundance that's coming. Things are happening, things are flowing. It also feels like there are unexpected but very positive aspects to the situation that are going to be coming about. It feels like it's coming about in a very unexpected manner. There's also a lot of manifestation work that's coming up with this, but I kind of go back to the moonstone crystal itself. And moonstone is a very feminine stone. It's one of intuition, one of grounding, one of creativity. And so it feels like a big part of the concentration for you within this situation is to be doing some manifestation work, but things that are not so much on the level of pushing forward and pushing ahead in a very aggressive and assertive way. This is working on things at more of a loving, nurturing, and underlying levels. So it's very much around laying groundwork and foundation, and that things are going to be coming together in a very unexpected but very positive way. And it feels like the timeline on that is within the next month to 6 weeks tops, that things are really going to be unfolding, and that things within this situation are really changing for the best and for the better. So the best thing for you to be doing right now is to be taking more of the passive active front. So again, going into that foundation, and particularly anything to do with creativity within this situation, to be pursuing that as opposed to the really logical and kind of boxy, functional, I guess you could say. So approach the creative aspects of this situation and things will really move forward for you. looking at the malachite, the stone that's coming up here is empowerment. You are more powerful than you realize. It is safe for you to be powerful. And so with that message comes up the crystal itself. Malachite is an incredibly fabulous stone for moving past any sort of emotional blocks that you may be dealing with. So I'm going more into emotional things that are coming up around this situation, and it's really important that you're starting to move past and moving beyond that. It could be that at this time you're becoming involved. The emotion is really strong in this situation, and in order to move past that and beyond that, there's a need to be accepting what you're feeling and then moving forward from that place. With that empowerment message too, also really important that you're doing things that you really enjoy and that you can become lost in. And I mean lost in a very positive kind of way, not as in you're losing yourself, but lost in the process of finding yourself, because that is what this situation is calling for in order to be moving forward. And so know that you have all of the tools that are necessary to do that, and really important that you're listening to your intuition with this as well. Perfect. And for the citrine questions, self-employment. You are a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. So if this question had anything to do with business or work or financial abundance, things are going to be coming together very quickly, particularly as citrine is the crystal that has come up with this card. Citrine is a fabulous manifester, particularly around money and abundance. So this has the feeling of being a very fortuitous situation, and things are going to be moving forward very quickly, very rapidly. One of the things that's really important though is that in order to get things moving forward, you have to be taking the steps. So now isn't the time for passive manifestation. Now is the time to be putting your plans into action so that you're actively working towards your goals. And if you're having any difficulty with that, call on your angels to help clear any blocks, particularly anything that might be coming up on an energetic level or on an emotional level. And it feels like big part of the situation, if you're having difficulty with moving forward, has to do with the people who are around you. So be careful and be aware of who you are sharing your ideas with or your thoughts with, because it feels like there could be little bits of negativity that are kind of starting to put your ideas down. And it's really important for you to move forward from this situation, or to not necessarily to move forward from, but to move forward within this situation, that you are surrounding yourself with people who are positive and supportive of what you're trying to do. All right, our next crystals. And for these last crystals, we're going to be using Sonia Choquette's Trust Your Vibes deck, Oracle card deck. And our first crystal is hematite, rainbow hematite. And the message that's coming up here is to decide. It's really important that you're taking, that you're making a decision and then taking action on it. So again, similar type of message to what we saw with the citrine, but that in order to move forward within this situation, you need to make a decision. And it's really important that you're, on the one hand, weighing out your options, but on the other hand, really, really important that you're listening to your intuition and your guidance within the situation. Because at the end of the day, the path that you end up taking is the one that has to feel right for you. It's not necessarily the one that you should do or that others are expecting you to do. This has to be about you. Now, the hematite crystal itself has to do a lot with grounding energy and allowing yourself to be not only like grounded and rooted within reality, but also allows you to lift your energy and vibration up so that you're able to be connecting with source, with angels, with God, whatever your belief system is. And so it feels like that's also really important that you're doing while you're making these decisions. Yes, so it is time to make a decision, and it is time to take action. All right. for the Jet questions. It's not personal. And you know, I love this card. This is a message that's been coming up for people within my readings that I've been doing privately and on a whole pile of different levels. And so within this situation, whatever is happening, know that what is coming at you is not personal. And with the Jet, Jet is also a very grounding stone, but very clearing as well. So it's time to let go of other people's thoughts about you or the situation or whatever's happening, and know and remember that whatever is coming up, it's not personal. It doesn't have to do with you at all. And so the sooner that you can let go of that, the sooner you can be moving forward within this situation. It also feels like there's a lot of self-confidence and self-awareness issues that are coming up for you within this situation, and the more that you let go of those, the more you'll be able to move forward. And you know, the big thing that's coming up is that if that is something you are dealing with within this situation, you've already dealt with that. This is kind of the same old story over and over and over again, coming up to kind of bite you in the behind, and now it's time to just let it go. Just move forward, let it go. It's not personal. End of story. And for the copper questions, what do we have here? Feed your spirit. So with this card here, it's really important that you're getting back to basics within this situation. Take care of yourself first and foremost. So that means nutrition, exercise, fresh air, lots and lots of water. Lots and lots of water is needed within this situation. But also doing things that you enjoy and that you love. And it feels like for a lot of people, if you're asking this question or you're asking about this situation, this is something that is either taking you away from doing something that you love, or it is guiding you and pulling you to something that you love. So allow that to be the guide within this situation in terms of what you are to be doing and what the next step is. Because this card here is talking all about doing the things that you love, the things that raise your spirit, that make you feel warm and fuzzy inside, and also that make you really productive. It feels like there's kind of a 50-50 split for the people who have chosen this this card for their question. There are some who what they're asking about is something that's taking them away from feeding their spirit, and there's the other half that's it's taking you to feeding your spirit. I forgot where I was going with that one. So I guess the big message for you is to be making your choice and making your decision based on what lifts you up. And if this situation is one that doesn't lift you up, it's time to move forward. And if this is a situation that does lift you up and it makes you feel good, it's time to let go of any fears around doing that and embracing that and just do it. I'd like to thank you so much for joining me for this month's Choose Your Own Adventure crystal reading. I'm Erin Lee, and you can find the rest of my readings on my website, VancouverIslandPsychic.com. We'll be doing the next Choose Your Own Crystal Adventure reading at some point in the middle of February, and so I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks, and have a wonderful month.